Hello there everyone, my name is Clink and welcome to the PC version of The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. This is going to be the full game. Let's get started. Got the nice intro here to talk about, all of the stuff with the Triforce. I think that the intro for this game can be quite interesting, talking about the war over the Triforce, which I believe is meant to describe the events that take place before Ocarina of Time, if I remember correctly. This is the same war that Link's mom in Ocarina of Time ran away from when she took Link to the Kokiri Forest, if I remember right. And then, the 7 wise men here are referring to the 7 sages, I think. But, they kind of went back and changed that after the fact, since the sages in Ocarina of Time are very much not 7 wise men. But I do believe that that is this game's events, if I remember right. It's honestly been a long time since I've really looked at some of the lore, especially around this game. I kind of forget quite a bit of it, but I do know that Ganon, he's a pretty bad dude, since he's kind of causing all the havoc at the start here. But yeah, you can already see some of the changes that I have taking effect here with the widescreen, which will be quite interesting to see. So I have not played all the way through this port, by the way. I've played a little bit of it. There's a little bit of jankiness to it, but that's gonna be part of the fun, is capturing all of that. So we'll see how everything goes. No, Zelda's gonna die. But that's where we step in, because it is now our job to go rescue her from the castle, I guess. So, let's go. I'm gonna make a new file for this, because obviously I played a little bit on another one. I haven't even played through the first dungeon, so we're gonna see how the full thing goes. It's nice how snappy it is and how quick everything loads. I mean, it makes sense, because the game's really not that large. I wouldn't be surprised if the whole game is stored into the RAM all at once. So, one thing I do think is quite interesting with this port is we'll see it pretty soon, how the widescreen works in the overworld. Really wish that they could have gotten this to work, kind of like how it does in the Link's Awakening PC port. Although I think that's gonna be one of the slight differences between this being a decompilation and the Link's Awakening one not being one. Because if we actually exit the house here, so we can see the whole thing, and as we approach the edge, you can see this black border. That's nothing to do with my recording, that's just how the game works, but it's whatever. It's a minor thing, and honestly, one I'm willing to take for the game to look like this most of the time. Yeah, let's just head on over to Hyrule Castle and hello, sir. I'm allowed in the castle. No, I want to go in. I don't really have a reason to. I'm not anyone suspicious. I'm just a kid. I just want to play around. But nah, we'll just jump on into the hole here. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting seeing some stuff load like that. No, not your uncle. We just met this guy like a minute ago, but we have our sword. We can now swing and do spin attacks, and I will be doing spin attacks a lot, because that is the most effective way to deal with enemies most of the time. Your spin attacks are going to do double the damage, so we're going to be taking full advantage of that for sure. Yeah, I really like this prologue section of A Link to the Past, and I just think it sets up the game really well. So I always have a fun time running through it. It means it takes the game about 20 minutes to really start, but I feel like this heist feels good enough for the start of the game. Let's not take too much damage here. We're gonna be kind of careful with some of these knights. I'm not really gonna fight most of these though. We're just gonna start gunning straight through a lot of this, because I can power through most of this game pretty quick. Once you like start to know this game, you can kind of speedrun it without really knowing speedrun strategies or anything. You just kind of get going, really. This game doesn't really have too many complicated puzzles that you have to remember. If you can just memorize a route through the dungeons, you can get going pretty quick. We're just gonna go right past this guy. We got the map, we got a key, and I'm hoping to showcase some of the things that I'm using to kind of enhance the journey along the way here in a second, once we get to the first item. I guess you can almost say that this heist is like your first dungeon of the game, but not really. There's not too much going on here, and it's a pretty straight path, but we should get the boomerang in this room here. I don't remember if it's in the chest or if it drops from the guy, but we just take him out. Time those sword swings with your stubby little sword here. Okay, yeah, there's the boomerang. So I have this one mod on where we can actually cycle through items with the L and R buttons. This mod also turns on equipping multiple items to different buttons, but I honestly don't really like it personally, just because I don't have a visual cue of what's mapped to what. So I personally just kind of end up forgetting, so I'm not really going to use that. I also have a max rupee increase mod turned on, just because I think it's quite helpful. Let's go on ahead and take out this guy with the ball and chain here. I always like to use the pots, because honestly they're more effective than your weapons. And big key. Hey Zelda, what's up? How you doing? We got here pretty quick. And the other thing I like is how quick the text speed is in this version. I'm gonna try not to like fly through it completely, but I do want to. I just want to show it on screen for long enough where you can, you know, get a general sense of what's going on if you haven't played the game, but I mean, it's a link to the past. I don't really know what all you can say about this game that hasn't been said. People have been playing this game for 32 years. It's awesome. It's great. There's a reason people love it so much, and I think that I go upstairs faster as well. I didn't even notice that at first. That's just an extra bonus here, I guess. Makes me speed up a little more. Like, yeah, maybe it's not faster. I don't know. It was hard to tell that time. Shouldn't Zelda stop me to tell me to go to the throne room or something? I feel like she does something like that. But I don't remember. Let's see, is there anything cool over here? I feel like it's always so hard for me to think between this game and A Link Between Worlds, because, oh, right, okay, so she tells us here. Just because I always end up thinking of one or the other. So I'm sitting here wondering if there's any chests around here, but I think that's A Link Between Worlds. I guess that can kind of be the problem when you do sequels that have the same world. You just kind of forget what game can be what sometimes. Even though A Link Between Worlds is amazing as well, just like this game. Let's take out this rat, get a couple rupees. I actually do kind of want to take out the enemies in here, just because they drop a lot of money. That's really it. If you keep killing a lot of them, you can get a couple red rupees, and really, I like the lamp on the other side there, and get quite a few rupees, like 100-ish by the end of this. Just have to make sure you're not getting hit too much. So I'm going to take a moment to kill some of them. We're going to need a lot of money anyways throughout the game. And since I have the max wallet increase, I think it's up to 9,999. And is this the first key door? It is. Okay. I don't remember if it's the keys or the ropes, or if it's this chest. I always forget. There we go. I actually said that in the original Let's Play I was recording as well, I do believe. And I'm hitting the wrong buttons. I'm not used to playing this game with an Xbox controller. And the way the mapping for this works it just feels really weird on the Switch Pro controller, because normally I would play Nintendo games on my PC with the Switch Pro controller, but I'm not in this scenario. And see, this is why I want to kill the enemies. They can just drop you red rupees every now and then, and it's really, really helpful, because then we can get the first bottle without any of the rupees in Kakariko. So it kind of helps to just take some of these guys out. I feel like I get the bulk of it when I'm out of the sewers, though, and working in the part that goes straight to the sanctuary. I can even kill some of these enemies. Stun them with the boomerang. I think the keys in this game work a lot like they did in Zelda 1, where they have 0 health, so the boomerang is still able to take them out. And get over here, sir. Get back here. Quit running away from me. I want your key. Thank you. There we go. Finally, let there be light. I need to be careful or I'm going to die. I'm just gonna head in. Take all these guys out. Beautiful. 6 more rupees. And then we'll come back for that wall later. There's a couple hundred rupees over there that I do want to get. I'm actually sitting here wondering if the music is always this. Probably. I never really think about music too much when I'm playing the games, to be honest, unless I like really pick up on a song. Oh, it's only the 2 rooms up here. Okay. Still, 66 rupees, or 67, is really good for the prologue. And we have escaped with Zelda. Hooray! Yep, we got a lot done already, it feels like. Right. Aghanim. Defeat Master Sword. Wise Men. I really just want the heart container, so if I can even get around the sage here. Do they call him a sage in this game? I don't remember. I know that this game, they were kind of tiptoeing around a lot of religious lines at the time, since it seems like a lot of parents with video games in the 90s were like, you know, they saw it as, no, there's a decent few that saw it as like satanic or something. I know that wasn't all of them, because obviously video games sold well enough to survive, but I like to come up here to the Lost Woods at the start of the game because of the heart piece that's in here. You can get a full heart container, or a second full heart container before the first real dungeon if you play your cards right, so I just like to fly through the Lost Woods and pick up a few things here. And then I think the toadstool's up here. Yeah, we'll grab that. That'll be nice and helpful. And I want to go back this way because there's not really much point in going the other routes right now. And I went towards a thief anyway. Actually, there's not point in going many other routes in this place because we actually got all the interesting stuff in the Lost Woods already. But that's fine. Since the toadstool's gonna net us one of the most important items in the game anyway. Might as well talk to the elder. I should... Is it gonna be on Y? Oh, okay. I don't know why it's on this now, but there's the X marks the spot on the map. So hello, lady. I don't think you're the elder I was told to go see, but that's fine. So yeah, I guess the Hyrule people are the ones that forged the Master Sword. Although the real question is who forged the original Goddess Sword, even though that wasn't really a thing when this game came out. And I actually don't want to go here yet, because I need some bombs. And bombs will be right over here in this hole, so we might as well go pick them up. Yeah, I find it just so weird how the Zelda team always changes the lore, it feels like, because we got the Hyrule people that made the Master Sword, and I guess Link and Skyward Sword's technically a Hyrule person, and I can swap items like this. I don't have to... Like, you can actually swap through every single one of your items like this. It's kind of neat. I thought all these were rupees, but whatever. Art piece 2. But yeah, I guess, like, you know, Link in Skyward Sword is, you know, he's Hylian, I guess, but he kind of forges the Master Sword with the the flames in that game, but I want to know who made that goddess sword. Yeah, cool. Blind. Well, we'll meet Blind later on in the game. He's gonna be one of the later bosses, and I'm pretty sure. There we go. Had to memorize that. But hey, lots of money. We're gonna get so much playing this game. I'm gone ahead and use a bomb, because this is gonna be our next piece of heart, and I guess I accidentally blew myself up, but whatever. Then I'm always gonna pick up these pots, because all of these will always be a blue rupee. So what else do we need? The bug net, and you don't have to actually get told the location of the elder, but there's a kid that'll tell you where he is anyway. So I'll probably talk to him. Oh right, and we can also get the bottles, so I'll go on ahead and do that. Hello sir, I will take your bottle for the low price of 100 rupees. Is it 200 rupees in Link Between Worlds that bottle costs? I want to say it is, and I think this is the bug net kid. Yeah. We'll go on ahead and get this so we can pick up some fairies. I'm going to be using fairies quite a lot throughout the game, because I do end up losing health a lot when I play this game. Or, you know, losing all of my health. And we can go on ahead and grab bottle number 2. Just so we have that, and okay, yeah. I was wondering if they ended up changing the UI at all to be more like the GBA version, which I was really hoping they didn't, because I've only ever played the Super Nintendo version of this game. I've never actually played the Game Boy Advance version. And then this guy will tell you about the flippers. I think that's what he was telling us about, at least. I know someone tells you about the flippers and someone else tells you about the Waterfall of Wishing. This guy tells you about the flute. Okay, this is the Waterfall of Wishing, which we're gonna need that for some upgrades after the Desert Palace, I think. But first, let's go talk to this kid, because this kid will tell you where the Elder is over in the Eastern Palace, there with the X. I actually want to go over here just to pick up a few extra bombs. So we'll do that, and then we can head over to the last heart piece that we'll get before the first dungeon. Come on, there we go. I think you get 4 bombs in here. 1 in each corner. Yep. Arrows. You can pick up arrows even though the bow isn't obtained until the first dungeon, but I mean, hey, doesn't hurt to start early. You can get a couple of extra arrows from that house there. There's a bombable wall inside on the right that has 10 arrows as the reward, but I'm not even going to mess with it because I don't really care. I'm not going to need it. Yeah, I'll probably pick up most of the items in the game. None of them are really all that hard to get. There's only 2 that are kind of annoying, 2 heart pieces, because they involve RNG, and RNG kind of sucks. But other than that, it's pretty easy to just go about and pick up everything in the game. Guess we can finally help these brothers resolve their quarrel. 15 seconds, go. Easy. I think it's this up here. I missed. That's gonna add another second. And there you go. 9 seconds. Full heart container. So 5 hearts. And we can go head to the first dungeon now. So yay. It's kind of weird, because when you first play this game, you're like, oh man, there's so much to explore and see. And then once you kind of just know the game, you're just like, all right, let's bolt around everywhere. Although, I guess the same thing happens with a lot of these adventure games like this. It's kind of the same scenario with a Souls game. Like, your first playthrough of like Dark Souls will take you 40 hours, and then now I can beat it in like 5. I mean, that's if I use the Black Knight Halberd, at least. I've never really tried it with just normal weapons, but I assume it'd take like 7 or 8 hours at that point. Yeah, let's head on over to Eastern Palace, because I want to do some dungeons and get some more money and progress the game. And I don't really need to fight all these knights. Fighting all the enemies can be really helpful, but because like I was saying in the prologue, they drop a lot of money, but there's a great fairy there if you want to use that, but we're at full health, so we're not going to worry about it. We can go talk to the Elder. I don't think you have to talk to the Elder before you do the Eastern Palace, but I always do it anyway. We'll go on ahead and just have a chat with Sahasrara here. Yeah, I do want the Pendant of Courage, because he will tell you, he'll put the palace on your map, and he does tell you to go get the Pendant of Courage. He also tells you to bring it back to him, because that is very important to do, since he'll give us the Pegasus boots if we do that, and you actually can't progress the game without the Pegasus boots, and I always go the wrong way here. Just take out the Armos. Ooh, arrows. I'd really like to get my missing heart back, but whatever. It's fine. Dang, I got through this faster than I did in the original Let's Play I made. Huh. That's neat. Alright, Eastern Palace. Is there any reason to go to the left or the right in this game? Nope. Right, you can actually step on these switches again to shut the door back if you want to, for some reason. I don't want to forget about the 100 rupees here, so I'll actually go on ahead and grab those, since this chest up here contains 100 rupees. Normally in the dungeons, I really won't go out of my way for too much stuff, just because you don't really need to. And my brain just autopilots through the dungeons. I did not need to drop back down here. And I'm just going to tank that, because I don't care. Yeah, the Eastern Palace is nice and short. It's pretty fun. Although, really all the dungeons in the game are short. Yeah. I mean, most 2D Zelda games dungeons, once you kind of have a route memorized through them, you can get through a lot of them in like 10 or less minutes. At least that's the case with this game, Link's Awakening, Zelda 1. Zelda 2's dungeons can be kind of long. If you let them be. Okay, I was worried that these guys weren't gonna spawn for a second. And then I guess I'll take you out with my sword like you're supposed to. Although, pots wouldn't be here if you weren't supposed to use them, I guess, so there's a fair argument for you. Compass. I don't even remember where the dungeon map is in this game. Or in this dungeon. I don't know where a lot of the dungeon maps are. Don't even need to interact with Sahasrara there. We're just gonna go straight to the big key, which I'm pretty sure is on this side. Like I said, I'm just gonna be autopiloting through a lot of these. I've been thinking a lot about like some of the lore in this game though, and actually, right, I can. Oh crap! I never got the magic powder. I always forget to do that before the first dungeon, it feels like. We're gonna be able to get some fairies anyway, though. Which pot is it? Is it this one? Yeah. That pot always has the key. We'll go on ahead and swap back over to the boomerang. I should be fine, without, the magic powder for this dungeon, at least. Just need to remember to go get it afterwards. Although there's a lot of things that we're gonna have to do after this dungeon, so we'll get to it though. We can take this guy out with a pot. I think you have to kill him with a pot, and then just gotta kill this last Stalfos. Okay, let's dodge those like a champ, so that we can get the big key. Oh yeah. Now we can go get the bow and finish off this dungeon. Which, you know, we just gotta kill Armos Knights and get our heart container and the Pendant of Courage, I guess. There we go. Finally got the bow. And I also will drop down here so that we can get the fairies. Bottle up both of them. I'm gonna probably have fairies in all of my bottles for like the entire game. So that's just how I do this game. There's the bow. Okay. I want to get you to spawn or open your eyes. There we go. Is this the rupee room over here? I might as well pick all these up. I want to have as much money as I can get as soon as possible. Because I would like to get all of the bow and arrow upgrades in this run of the game, if I can. If not, it's whatever, but it's really not that hard to, because there's so much money that you can pick up in the Thieves' Town later on in the game. And, whoops. Probably should have gotten that. There it is. But we'll get to the Thieves' Town in like an hour. Actually, it's gonna be like an hour and a half. I don't even need to fight you guys. I don't know what I'm doing. Well, pick up these arrows. And I don't know why, I always really liked this room. Just all the balls just flying all over the place and stuff. Okay, there we go. Get rid of you, and I don't think you can hit these guys with the pot. I think it's only the green ones. I either always just mistime the pot throw, or you just can't do it. Actually, I'm gonna face this way, and oh crap, I wasn't fast enough. If you're fast, you can kill all 6 of these with one spin attack. Alright, let's take this one out so that we can... Okay, there we go. I'm really bad at aligning myself horizontally for these guys. And so it seems like the arrows just have this weird path. No, this is the Armos Knights. Okay. There we go. Let's get going. 3 shots per night, and you will win. It's very easy. Absolutely destroyed. Look at that, we're out of the first dungeon in under 30 minutes. Very cool. Yeah, it usually takes me about an hour to get to the Master Sword, I would say. And the widescreen. I didn't even like pay attention to the widescreen in the dungeon. I guess I kind of completely zoned out and just kept going. So off to Sahasrara we go. I'm glad I didn't forget about him. Yeah, Pendant of Courage. Give me the Pegasus boots. Yeah, I guess you're like the last line of knights in this game. So I guess your uncle is like a knight that protects the royal family or something, and that's why he's going out at the start. And I think this is 200 rupees? Oh no, it's just 100. But we could get the flippers already if we wanted to. Which, that's kind of neat. I'm trying to remember where all the heart pieces I need to get are, because there's a few that we can get now that we have the Pegasus boots. And oh yeah, this is another mod I have on, is turning with the Pegasus boots at any given point, so that should make travel a little faster if I can stop banging into walls every 2 seconds at least. Oh, they even go through screen transitions? Oh, this is great. Oh yeah, I'm gonna fly through the game now. As if I wasn't already going to, but... Can you actually get the flippers before the dungeon? I want to give this to you. Oh wait, do I actually need to equip it? Oh no, you just have to actually put it in your Y item. And Buzz Blob. We just need to go back inside to pick up the magic powder. Magic powder is one of the most important items in the game, in my opinion. Oh no, you need the power bracelet, that's right. Or power glove. To, do that. So, we do need to do the second dungeon. I do believe that there's a heart piece up by the sanctuary that I want to go get real fast. Because now that we have the Pegasus boots, we can destroy some of these, and sometimes there's just staircases under these rock piles, I guess. I don't know. Right. I want to go down towards the Swamp Palace for the next heart piece. Because there's one more in the desert, and then there is the one that you can get during the Desert Palace, and that is 8 of the heart pieces in the game. Excuse me, everybody. Really, Link? Why can't you just charge right through the bushes? Whee! I love this, I will be honest. Okay, there we go. I actually really like how snappy the Pegasus boots feel with this mod on. And there's where I'm trying to go. We can pick up this stuff real fast. Right, I need to push this to the side. And I'm maxed out on bombs, so I might as well do some of the caves with rupees, since it's not like I need to worry about my rupee count anyway. At least I should have the max wallet thing on. Maybe I should exit the game to do that. But there's our next heart piece. Maybe I'll just beat the game with 19 hearts and avoid the RNG hearts. Is this a bombable wall in this game? I don't remember. No, okay. Let's go ahead and take this one though. And I guess I could get the ice rod while I'm over here. Oh, right. I don't like this one. Mini mold arms are so annoying. Okay, I at least got one of them. And whoops. Yeah, I like to use bombs for these guys, because that's honestly the easiest way to take them all out without too much of a hassle. There's 300 rupees, and each of these should be 80, I think. Oh, no. But extra bombs doesn't hurt. I guess I'll, Okay. Did not intend to get up during this section of the game. I have no idea when I'm going to take a break playing this. Or if I'll just play it all in one sitting. But I figure this is a good time to go on ahead and get the ice rod, because it's actually... it can be quite helpful for the next boss, so I might as well pick it up. Which it is all the way in the back of Lake Hylia here. If you want to, you can get a few extra items. Well, you can get a few rupees from lifting this up, but I kind of forgot we don't have the power bracelet. I probably won't end up getting that, since I don't really want to have to come all the way back over here. There's the ice rod. We're going to need this later on in the game as well, specifically for the boss of the second to last dungeon, so I might as well blow this up too. I got bombs. Why not? Just want to show the fairy fountain and get my health back, so hooray! I guess we can go get the Book of Medora now. I nearly forgot about it, so we should probably do that, since you do need it to get into the Desert Palace. Am I gonna avoid the buzz blobs? Yeah. There we go. Okay. I'm not good at turning fast enough to not run into the walls there. I think it's up here. Yeah. Whee! Oh, whoops. I'm just gonna be having way too much fun with the Pegasus boots the entire game. It is this way that I need to head, I do believe. I think you can head this way to get to the Book of Medora. Yeah, because it's in the library, which is right here. Or it's not that building, it's like this one up here. We can... Whee! Oh man, these Pegasus boots. They work like this in every Zelda game. That'd be awesome. I love this. This is, like, it's way too fun. Yeah, now let's go to the desert and knock out the Desert Palace, which is the shortest and probably worst dungeon in the game, because it's... I don't know, it's just there, really. There's just not much interesting to say about the Desert Palace. Well, but it's fine. It'll be over really quickly. We'll deal with that guy later. He used to be a ex-thief and has really good lockpicking skills, so we'll talk to that thief more later. But great fairy right in front of the desert, very helpful. Definitely want to take advantage of it. And what I also want to take advantage of is this cave. Because there is an elder here, and he'll tell us about the Book of Medora, but since we already have it, he's like, oh, good job. But that's not what I want, so we're just gonna take a peek on in here and grab our 7th heart piece. And then I guess we'll go on ahead and do the dungeon. Fine. I'm kidding. It'll be all right. We'll just avoid some sand monsters. We're gonna get that heart piece during the dungeon. So, Book of Medora. Say a prayer, cause you're gonna need it on this journey. Oh boy. Oh, I need to hit the A button. I was like, is he gonna do anything? All right. I guess I'll keep the boomerang equipped. And we can fly right through this place, and I guess I didn't want to come this way. The introduction to Beamos and levers is in this place, though. So most of the enemies in this game, at least, so like, I don't know, I think a lot of the enemies in this game, like the dungeon enemies, they're just kind of like the wildlife of Hyrule, so it's kind of weird why they're even in the dungeons in the first place. And this is the big chest. This is not the room I wanted to go to first. I actually wanted to go to the room up here, because we need to get a small key. Go get the big key, and the small key is right here. So grab that. And we actually want to go all the way to the other side here. Whee! Because this is where we'll get the big key. But, oh right, we actually have to kill these guys. And this is the compass? Yeah. I don't remember the oh no, the dungeon map is in the north room. Do that. I love that. Oh, the turning is just never gonna get old. Aw, I didn't get to turn. But the dungeon map, I think, is in this room up here. And fine, I'll take you out. Jeez. We're close enough to the heart piece that I don't really care. Since, once you have the power glove, we can just go ahead and finish the dungeon. And the heart piece is outside, because there's like an outside section of this place. So we can step on the switch every single time. Woo. Nearly got hit. Don't want to be getting hit by Beamos, because they do a full heart, I think. I'm gonna take this guy out. Yeah, this is the exit. I don't know what's above that door. I think you can push one of those blocks to open it, if I remember correctly, but who needs to do that? And we can just get our 7th heart, I believe, and we can pick these rocks up now. Oh no, this is the block you need to push. Yeah, there's the full heart. So this is the first tile room, but we can just pick up that key and not deal with it. We don't actually have to sit through a tile room until the Tower of Hera, which is going to be the next dungeon. It'd be really cool if I could kill all these guys with Pegasus boots like that. Yeah, that was satisfying. That was super cool. And that's right. Now you need to lift this pot. Yes. And I think it's the back right one. Yep. Not dealing with those. Where is the bow? There it is. We've seen you before. And that's the lamp. If I can light these before that disappears, that'd be really helpful, because I would like to have full magic for this, since I'm actually going to use magic on the boss here. So we're already at the boss. The ice rod, it can be quite effective for the land molas here. So the land molas are the guardians of the I'm missing a lot of shots. They are the guardians of the Pendant of Power. So they, yeah, it takes like 2 hits with the ice rod to kill one of these guys. And then the last one we'll take out pretty easily. Stand about like this if you want to avoid the rocks that get shot out by the boss. Spin attacks are going to be really effective as well. Let's see if I can kill it here. Do I have enough magic to even cast the ice rod? I do. Cool. I did that without taking any damage. I think that is the first time I've ever done that. Very neat. Pendant of Power. Yeah, I guess the land molas, they're just kind of placed here. Just 3 little worms. Guess they were in Zelda 1 as well. But now that we're done with the desert here, let's Dang. Alright, I took more damage to cacti than I did land molas. Keep track of that. So now that we have the power bracelet, we can get the flippers, and we can also get the shield, the fire shield, and the magical boomerang before heading over to Death Mountain. So we're gonna do those things very quickly here. And I'm trying to remember what this cave is. This is probably a couple extra rupees. I've gotta stop doing that. Oh, just a great berry. Okay. I'll take it. I mean, it's more health, so. We've got a lot of rupees, but 500 of them are gonna be spent on the flippers, so don't get too excited. Aw, I didn't want to run into you. Stupid knights. I think the knights are really interesting in this game, because the intro talks about how Ganon has possessed all the soldiers with his magic, and so that means that all these soldiers are like actually the Hylian soldiers just attacking you, which usually the Zelda games try to steer pretty clear of Link killing actual humans, but that seems to be exactly what you do with these soldiers, so I just think that's a really interesting little tidbit. To my knowledge, it is one of the 2 times in the entire series, maybe 3 if you want to include Link Between Worlds, but I think it's the same story in that game, and I'm actually going the wrong way. Because the other one is Sakon the Thief in Majora's Mask. You can actually kill him outright if you have the bow when you complete the quest to get the bomb mask. You can shoot his the bomb bag with an arrow and it'll blow it up, and then he just gets blown to smithereens and he's dead for the rest of that in-game cycle. Which I just think it's super interesting that you can do that. I want flippers, and I will pay you the $500, so here you go. He'll also mention whirlpools. You can use whirlpools to get around the map quite quickly, which we're gonna do once we grab this heart piece from here. Which is just right this way, and I can stop banging into stuff. Whee! Alright, you can just hop down this waterfall. Now we can actually go to the Waterfall of Wishing, which is neat. I like the Waterfall of Wishing, just because I like the fairy there. I think this is probably one of my favorite great fairy designs. I actually really like the fairy designs in a lot of the 2D games. I don't know why they always make them so weird in the 3D games, but I think they always look really nice in the 2D games. Like, they look good in the Link's Awakening remake. This is probably one of my favorite of the great fairy designs. But there's the magical boomerang. And let's... Oh, right. You don't have to actually, like, equip it, because you need to throw it from here. Where's the shield? No, that's not what I want to do. Crap. I wanted to give her some flippers. Or no, I didn't want to give her flippers, man. My head is all mixed up. Yeah, it's only the shield and the boomerang that we can actually upgrade with her. And then there's one later in the game that will upgrade the sword and the bow. There we go. Yeah, I did drop it. Thank you. Normally I would do a bomb and arrow upgrade at this point. Actually, I still will, because we'll take this warp right here and whoa, that's such a weird effect on the screen. You do it right here in Lake Hylia. So now that you have flippers, you can actually go to this island and do this. It'd be really neat if they changed it in the PC port to be faster, but every 100 rupees you throw into this water, you get a bomb or arrow upgrade in increments of 5, and then once you reach 60 arrows or 40 bombs, then you get one more upgrade for 10 more, so you can max out at 50 bombs or 70 arrows. So I'm just gonna sit here and do 3 upgrades real fast. Well, actually, this is the last time I need to throw them in for this, I think. So, oh, no. I do want to show the, actually, I'll just show them, because, once you do your first one of throwing in 20, you actually get, you can throw them in increments of 50. So it gets a lot faster after this, but I probably won't really show a lot of my, throwing of rupees. But yeah, see, there you go, 50. And so yeah, now I'll actually just, you know, just have some upgrades. Personally, if you ask me, I like to get the bomb upgrades a lot more, because I never really use the bow all that much. So I just tend to focus on bombs. That's probably what I'll do. I recommend saving around 100 rupees, because we're going to need at least 100 when we first enter the Dark World. So I just like to have them on me, even though I should get more than 100 extra before then. But I do want to go on ahead and get the 3rd bottle, because it's a bottle that's really helpful. So we can talk to this guy under the bridge to do that. I like how he just wakes up and immediately just hands you a bottle. I think it's really amusing. I love it. But yeah, now we can go on ahead and head over to Death Mountain. We're getting pretty close to the Master Sword already. So we're moving along pretty swift, I feel like. Come on, Link, you got this. Swim, swim, swim. There's a whirlpool that'll warp you over to Death Mountain just down here, I believe. Where we got the ice rod. Normally I would actually get the ice rod now. Is this the warp? Nope, that's a Zora. This is the warp. And that enemy in the bottom right there is a octo balloon, and to my knowledge, it's like the only one that ever shows up in the entire series. And of course I had to hit the buzz blob. Did not want to do that. Can we kill buzz blobs by doing this, right? Yeah, okay. Just gotta hit him with the boomerang. Whee! I should probably do that more often, but normally I'm like, yeah, I'll just run past them and kill this thing. Alright, Death Mountain. Here we go. I need to remember the path through this. I think it's up here, though. Yep. Hello, old man. How you doing? I shall guide you through this place. Yeah, this old guy right here. He's actually the father of one of the maidens that Ganon kidnapped. Or grandfather, I guess, as he just stated. And so he knows a little bit about the light and the dark world, and Ganon here maybe just decided to do some research after his granddaughter got kidnapped. But he, for some reason, knows about the magic mirror and what it does, so I wonder if he got transported into the dark world, maybe, and then found the magic mirror there and figured out how to use it. But yeah, he just gives it to us because we're going to need it to make our way through the game, and I don't think there's anything in this cave. There's 2 more heart pieces that I'm going to get before the next dungeon. One of them, I do believe, is... So one of them's up there on Spectacle Rock. I think the other one is right here. Yeah. So you go into this, and then you go up. And you could enter this cave from a different side, but then you couldn't get to the heart piece, so... And there's some fairies right here, and I'm gonna pick up one of them, because I already have 2 in bottles, so... Just to fill out our new bottle that we just got a couple minutes ago. And mini Moldorms. Ugh. Just Moldorms in general in Link to the Past. Mini Moldorms, the one we're gonna fight at the top of Tower of Hera, all of them. Don't like any of them. I love just running up this, even though it feels almost no faster. It's just, I don't know, it's just satisfying to hear the Pegasus boots, I feel like. Okay. Dark World entrance, here we go. I really like the whole, you turn into what's in your soul aspect of the Dark World. Since, you know, the Dark World is this corrupted version of Hyrule. Or I guess it's the one altered by the Triforce, but seeing the true nature of everything in the Dark World, I think, is interesting. I don't know, I kind of wonder if the Dark World shows the true nature of people when they're transported into it, and creatures. Does that mean that the Dark World itself is just the true nature of everything? I don't know. I don't know if there's anywhere that like clarifies that, but just kind of what I've thought about it. Magic Mirror though is quite interesting because you can actually use it as well inside of dungeons to transport to the beginning of them. And I'm going to be using that for a couple of the dungeons in this game. I guess I'll grab the map since it's just right here. And can I hit you, Moldorm? I don't want to deal with you too much because I don't want to take too many hits. I keep on hitting the wrong button to actually swing the sword because it's B on my Xbox controller, but I want to keep pressing the A button to do it. It doesn't help that I'm also constantly pressing A to use the Pegasus boots. Yeah, this is the first time we actually need to sit here and just deal with the tiles. It's pretty easy once you figure out the trick of just charging spin attacks, since it leaves the sword hitbox active and you don't have to time the swings. And how many more of these is there? Jeez. These are the last 2? Yeah, okay. I would like some hearts, but I don't get any, that's fine. This is not a good situation to be in. There we go. And I did it again, I'm telling you, I'm gonna keep on hitting the wrong button for the sword. There's a magic refill. Like, the big jars are just a full refill of magic, and I keep forgetting I can do this. I mean, it takes a little bit to cycle through the items, but if I just do it while I'm moving, it doesn't really feel like it takes all that long. Just hit these. There we go. Boomerang. I like to have the boomerang out, even though I don't use it a ton. It's just a item that if I accidentally happen to hit the X button is safe to use. And plus you can also just retrieve items, so... I think we actually have to kill all 3 of these hard hat beetles. I don't want to fall down the holes. Oh, hey, that was pretty lucky. I don't have to deal with the star switches here. I believe I want to... I want to actually get past these guys. This room is kind of important because it's the last room that has the red and blue switch in it in the dungeon, and you actually want it to be on a certain one, and in fact it is, you want blue up and red down, because there's a lot of pots right before the boss that are surrounded by red blocks. So if you want to get those pots, which basically in this case means would you like to have healing, if you need to get it for the boss, then do that. Compass, cool. We're almost to the item, which this dungeon's item is one I always forget about, just because it doesn't really have any significant impact on your arsenal. It's just the moon pearl that will allow us to not be a bunny in the dark world. Just make sure you fall down this hole from the top instead of the bottom, or else you'll land on the star switches here. But there we go. Got the moon pearl. Neat. And I guess we can go fight Moldorm now, unfortunately. Is Moldorm affected by the ice rod? I've never actually tried the ice rod on Moldorm in this game. But I do want some hearts, so we're gonna use up a lot of these right now to get to full health, and I will swap to the ice rod. I'm really bad at this fight, so we'll see how it goes. Okay. Can you hit Moldorm with it? No. Alright. That means we are going to use just spin attacks then. Okay, maybe I will, in fact, use other things. Like normal sword swings, there's a spin attack. You can kill it in like 6 hits with spin attacks, I think, so that's why I like to go for spin attacks on this boss. Just gotta play it really carefully. Don't want to get knocked into the center. Okay, there we go. I think it has 2 more hits to go. The only issue with using spin attacks is that if you don't hit the tail, then you get knocked a lot further. And yeah, that's what I figured was gonna happen. Oh. Oh, that sucks. Oh boy. Let's not mess this up this time, please. Nope. Of course. 4th time's the charm, hopefully? This last hit is so annoying to get. There we go. Oh boy. That was painful. I used every single pot, but there we go. Pendant of Wisdom. I don't think I addressed that. The Pendant of Power and Wisdom actually have swapped colors in this game. Or, swap from, you know, what we're used to. I guess it was intentional in this game, but... Hey, there we go. We can get the Master Sword now. Let's get out of Death Mountain. Alrighty. We will have to return to Death Mountain very, very soon, though. Because of, the Ether Medallion. We can actually get that the moment you get the Master Sword. So I'm gonna probably do that. Because it's just more convenient that way. And here. No, I thought I turned in time. Oh, I always do that. Well, let's stop here. There we go. That'll get us out of Death Mountain and we can go straight over to the Lost Woods. Oh man, I'm glad to be done with Moldorm. Moldorm's probably my least favorite boss in the game. And these lumberjacks right here, they'll be really interesting. Just because, I don't know what actually happens to them, but they are not there later on in the game. And is this the money-making game? Yeah, so if you want to make some money there, you can. I love the minigame music in this game. I love the minigame music, I love the Lost Woods music. This game's soundtrack is just, oh, it's wonderful. I also just love what A Link Between Worlds does with this game's soundtrack, and just like, if you ask me, it improves a lot of the songs that are personal favorites of mine. But let's grab the Master Sword, since it's just right here. I was really hoping there was gonna be like some widescreen or something for this, but I guess it makes sense. Hey, there we go. Suddenly you're contacted telepathically. I've always found that so weird for some reason. I don't know why. I kind of like how this game, and really a lot of stuff in the 90s, I feel like, and 80s as well to an extent, it's like, yeah, it's magic. Don't question it. Who cares? Yeah, there's the soldiers. Just because I feel like nowadays most stuff will like give pretty detailed explanations for stuff like magic and whatnot. So I at least with some of my friends, it almost seems expected to get pretty detailed explanations, and at some point I'm just like, does it really matter? I kind of like the fact that this game just says, yeah, it's magic. There's telepathy, deal with it. But let's go get the ether medallion real fast, I guess. Alright. I think it's right this way. Yeah. I also believe you need to use the Book of Medora on these to actually read them. Because I think they're written in like ancient Hylian, but there we go, there's the ether medallion. I probably won't really be using these all that much, especially before I get the magic meter upgrade, but I guess we can get out of here now and go over to Hyrule Castle to head to the Dark World. I guess before I make my way to Hyrule Castle, we can take a look inside of the Sanctuary, because we can actually see the sage here. Because we are a second too late, as Zelda has been taken to Hyrule Castle. And then he just disappears. Although, is he getting warped to the Dark World? Because that's the noise that is made when you know, get warped over to it. So that's, I wonder what happens to that guy, honestly. I guess now we can go kick Agnum's butt if I can get past this night. There we go. Whee! Which, like, you know, Hyrule Castle, it's gonna be a fun time. We've been here once. But, things are a little different this time, as we're here to knock straight on Agnum's door. Yeah, I do want to actually go this way. So we're gonna go right outside here. And, you're supposed to have to hit a thing with the Master Sword right here. I don't know why that's not there, but Hyrule Castle we go. I don't have sword beams for this, but hopefully it'll be fine. Yeah, because we're gonna take these guys out with no trouble whatsoever. It's gonna be perfectly fine. You can usually get in a good 2 or 3 hits before they, need to be re-stunned with the boomerang. I didn't even think about the fact that I didn't have full health. I usually like to get in here with full health and just kind of absolutely decimate all the enemies in here, and if I don't move, I'm gonna keep getting hit by this knight. I'm just taking a lot of damage in here. But play it safe and you'll be fine. I think that the last one is usually the one that drops the key there, but it might always be the same guy. Right, you guys aren't gonna be too much of a pain. Ooh, magic. Don't really need it, but it's kind of neat. I think we only have a few rooms to go, if I remember correctly. Oh, I like this room because you can take these guys out with pots. And what? I thought one pot killed you. Great. I gotta struggle to kill him. Okay. So did I not hit that other one with a pot? I'm picking all these up though in hopes of getting a heart. Or several hearts, really. Okay. Whatever. And you jerk! You were just right on top of me when I walked into the room. That's not fair. Okay. I'm gonna stun this guy. Oh, don't have to stun him, because he's just gonna fall right off the edge and sneak right by this guy, and we are done, I do believe. Yep. Aghanim time. Wait. There we go. I've been waiting for you. Why have you been waiting for me, buddy? I'm just going to kick your butt anyway. And Zelda's now been banished to the Dark World. So, I guess that, Aghanim's... This is when he gets, like, the... I guess he's going to the Golden Land. I don't actually know what's happening at this point in the game, really. All I know is Bugnet. Bugnet is the weapon of choice. And I messed that timing up. Great. Yeah, I always like fighting at least this Aghanim with the Bugnet. I don't recommend doing the second Aghanim with the Bugnet. This one is just funny. The other one, it's just a pain. And let's not die. Okay, he's gonna do his lightning attack. Yeah, I think Aghanim is really interesting because, so Aghanim, you know, is Ganon's alter ego, but at the end of the game, we'll see Ganon come out of Aghanim as like a spirit. So I'm wondering, I always kind of see Aghanim more as a guy that's been possessed by Ganon, and then we just kind of don't really know who he was before that. And this is the lightning, okay. But, I kind of think maybe he's like one of Ganon's followers or something. But, oh, we're still not done here, huh? Hoping I don't die. Ooh. I mean, I have a fairy. There we go. I banish you to the Dark World! Oh wait, I wanted to, like, hold up my sword, but then I hit the wrong button yet again. Welcome to the Dark World. I guess this is where the game's gonna get harder. But, that's just how it is. I really like the Dark World, though. Honestly, I think the Dark World's a pretty genius idea with this game. To give it 2 maps, and even though there's a sense of familiarity to the map, since they're pretty much the same in layout, the remixed enemies and items still makes it feel really fresh. I think a lot of Zelda games that use a light and dark world do it quite well. Oracle of Ages, Ocarina of Time, Link Between Worlds especially. Okay, thank you Sahasrara for healing us up at least. Ah, look at that, that is beautiful. The widescreen. Okay. I want to drop here, right? Yeah. So this is our next heart piece, and this is going to get us our 10th heart container, which we're gonna need for the Dark Palace here. So I really want to get that. Before the Dark Palace, I always like to go on ahead and get the Quake Medallion out of the way, so I'm gonna do that now. And I guess you just pick this up. I thought this was one of the skulls that you fight or whatever. We gotta be really careful in the Dark World, because enemies do a lot more damage here. But hey, we have the almighty Master Sword, right? We're unstoppable. Wrong. But the best part about the Dark World is definitely the fact that you get to listen to the music here. And I guess these are the Octorok replacements. I don't know what these are called. Little, I don't know. Are these just still called Octoroks? I don't know. So, are the enemies of the Dark World more things Ganon created, or are they also meant to be like the true nature of other stuff? And I wanted to throw the sign into the ring just because I think it's funnier to throw the sign normally, but oh well. It's like, are those the real versions of the Zora, or what? Because I think the Dark World, I know I said earlier I was talking about like, is it just the true nature of the world, but I'm pretty sure the Dark World is created by Ganon when he gets the full Triforce. Or something like that, I think. I don't know, this game's story is one that I always kind of blank on, because like, I never read it as much and look into it as much as other games. Crap. But yeah, I think the Dark World's just pretty cool. I like it. I like the music. I like what it is. And we're gonna have a fun time here, because this is where all the dungeons start to get more complicated. But now that we have the Quake Medallion and that extra heart piece, we're gonna go on ahead and do the Dark Palace, since, you know, that's kind of your first goal here. We need I have just enough rupees. The 110 is what we'll need. But I definitely want to heal up before we go into it and do the maze, I guess. We'll take out these guys. The sword beams don't do as much damage as the direct hits, but sacrificing damage for the range of it is a pretty good trade-off to me. If it means I can just stay back and kill them from a distance. I want to go this way, actually. I've got to say, I think that this journey through this maze over to the Dark Palace is probably one of my favorite parts of the game for some reason. I don't know why. I just really like this maze and meeting Kiki right here. There's 10 rupees, and then we just need the other 100. But I don't know, I guess this is just when it feels like the adventure's in full swing. It's like, alright, things are getting real now. Please open it. It's kind of weird that you gotta have the 110 mandatory rupees. I think if you get hit, Kiki actually will go away and you gotta pay her again. Dark Palace. I think I remember my way through this. And hey, Helmethars. Helmethars are fun. I think they're a neat enemy. Yeah, this is a key, and I'm going to get the magic mirror out right now. There it is. Okay. Because this is probably the dungeon I'm going to use the magic mirror in the most. Because my general strategy for this dungeon is get a couple keys right at the start, and then we just go straight to the big key. Because I need to take this, and then I need bombs. Actually, you can use Pegasus boots on that wall, but I already used the bomb anyway. These jellyfish enemies, these are probably one of my least favorite enemies in the game. There we go, break that. I forgot these guys are here. Okay. Do that, do that. And you are dead. And now I just need to kill you. Okay. Cool. That took more effort than I thought it would. But I believe that the key is just up ahead. Dang. The blade traps in this game are really weird because they will always do a full heart of damage to you. And actually, I think there's a fairy fountain right here, if I remember correctly. And of course, I had to walk into it again. Yeah. So, if you ever need fairies, there you go. But this is the other small key that we are here to grab. And then we'll actually move forward. Because yeah, this dungeon is It's got a decent bit more complexity to it than the dungeons we've done up to this point, but you just have to be able to figure a few things out, like knowing to bomb the floor here and figuring that out is probably one of the biggest hurdles to getting through this place. Because this is the big key right here. And then you just want to drop back down here, because I think we get another small key, if I remember right. I don't know. I'm just kind of going purely off muscle memory, which is really weird for me in a Zelda dungeon, but that's just how I do it with this game. Actually, I don't want to do this. I want to... Ooh, wait, I'm right next to you anyway, so... And I messed that up. Oh well. We'll probably get another fairy before the end. I actually might need them, because I'm really bad at the Helmasar King. Okay, there we go. Let's do this. And this is how I want it already. Might as well get this small key, because we're gonna kind of need it. Yeah, up here is the dungeon item, the hammer, so we'll just dash right past these Helmasars, because they can kind of be a pain in the butt. And is it the... oh, it's these guys. I don't think you can block their fire with the fire shield. And I think there's another small key somewhere in this room that we need to pick up. I don't like these dark rooms, just because I always forget how to navigate them. I keep forgetting I can't stun these guys. It's here though. Yeah. There's the small key. Okay. And I think the item's right here. Yep. Cool. And I'm just gonna get the magic mirror ready, since I'm gonna use it yet again. And now all we have to do is go towards the boss, which you actually don't need the hammer for a few more minutes here, because I want the bow. There it is. And this isn't really the way you're meant to do this, but it's just how I do it anyway. Down a little more. There we go. I just love doing that. I think it's so funny that you can do that. Yeah, let's go beat up the Helmasar King. I still don't have the extra fairy, right? Yeah, I don't have it, so there should be an anti-fairy along the way, I believe. And I'll honestly just be ashamed if it takes me more than one fairy to beat this guy. There we go. Okay. Do need to hit this. I probably should have hit it again earlier, but oh well. Maybe I'll use the bow on the Helmasar King. Maybe that's something I should try doing more often, because you can use other things than just the hammer. You can use bombs for his first phase, and then the second phase, I'm wondering if it might just be better to use the bow. There's the hammer. Definitely gonna need to take out a lot of these turtles. These guys are the real pain to me. And the boomerang can take care of that. Because I'm pretty sure that really close to the boss is an anti-fairy that I'm going to want to pick up. Although I think this is like the worst room for me. Yep. I always struggle with this room for some reason. I take a lot of damage in here like every time I play this game. Just because there's so many of these turtles you gotta kill. And you end up accidentally flipping ones over that you don't want to flip over. But I think that went fairly well. And I always think there's an anti-fairy in this room. Okay, I guess there's not an anti-fairy on the way. That's not good. I know I could get those, but... Alright, I'm gonna try using bombs, because I think I have another mod on that allows me to place more than just 2 bombs out on the field at any given point. So I'm gonna take full advantage of that. Dodge the tail. Okay, I got hit by the tail. Alright, mask is almost off, and we'll just go on ahead and Because I really want to avoid getting hit by his body. That's the thing that I normally get hit by the most in this fight. It's just him walking forward. Okay. This is where I want to try just spamming the bow on him. Because normally the fireballs get really quick and really annoying in this part of the fight. So I'm wondering if I can mitigate that by just shooting him with the bow. Yeah, there we go. That using a lot of your items actually really helps for that, I feel like. Okay. Yeah, normally I just do hammer and sword, so that was a bit of a new strategy for me. But hey, we're already done with the first dungeon of the Dark World, so cool. I'm gonna do the dungeons out of order. I'm gonna do 4, 3, 2, 6, 5, 7, because I like to do the Thieves' Town first and get the Tempered Sword as soon as I can. Okay, I was really hoping that this part would have faster text speed. Actually, it is a little faster. But yeah, the Helmasaur King, I think, is one of the less interesting bosses in terms of, like, what he actually is. Because, I mean, he's just a big Helmasaur. And I guess Ganon just really put him here to guard this maiden in the Dark Palace. Some of the other bosses are a bit more interesting. I think Blind is probably the most interesting of all of them. Because Blind... So we were told about Blind by a guy in Kakariko earlier on in the game, and he led a gang of thieves. And then he eventually wanted to go and get the Triforce. So he ended up going to the Dark World, where he transformed into a demon here, because that's his true nature, obviously. And he's able to shapeshift. So he was once human, and now he's just a big old scary demon, and we're gonna see that when we fight him, and I think it's pretty cool. Definitely the most interesting boss in the game, and honestly, probably one of the most fun ones too, but also one of the hardest. He is pretty much everything. He's the full package for this game's bosses. Go ahead and get the hammer. I'm gonna get a lot of stuff along the way to this, though. This is pretty much going to be the biggest side quest moment of the entire run. Because I want to get the heart piece from right here. And I'm actually gonna re-enter the Dark World from Kakariko. Because I want to get the fast travel unlocked. And I'm actually just gonna go this way. This might be a slightly slower route. I actually want to do this. No, crap. Kill this guy. Don't take damage. There we go. But yeah, this is probably the best time in the game to unlock the fast travel system and take full advantage of it. But yeah, the main reason to do the Thieves' Town next, or the Thieves' Hideout. Oh, is that what the dungeon's called? I know it's also known as Gargoyle's domain. But the main reason to do it is to get the Titan's Mitt. So I want to get that to really be able to explore all of the Dark World. You can get pretty much anywhere as soon as you have it, so... I actually want... No, I want to go this way. So, even in Kakariko here, we can head up. Because essentially, there's a portal to the Dark World right there, but we need to go around for now until we have the Titan's Mitt. Once we have the Titan's Mitt, though, we can lift up the dark green rocks and check out what's underneath all those. Leave no stone unturned, after all. Yeah, once you have the hammer, you can just, up. There you go. Pick it up, Link. Thank you. So, now that we've gotten here, I just realized the mistake that I made, and it's that we were supposed to actually go somewhere else first. So now I'm gonna have to work my way back around, but actually, yeah, I will have to do that. So I guess I will, yeah, well, I'll show this other one now then, and then we'll just skip around a little. Because there's another portal into the Dark World next to Link's house that I want to take. So we'll take this one. I don't know why I felt like I needed to go that way first. Guess I'm getting a little mixed up. You could go to the Swamp Palace right now if you wanted to as well, but you don't need to. But before we do unlock fast travel, we're gonna get a heart piece, which is right here. This is what, piece of heart number 14 out of the... I only need to get 20 of them, but I'll probably show 22. There we go. So this is where we get fast travel. Talk to this guy, and we can get the shovel for a whole 2 seconds. And now we just need to go get the ocarina. Well, I think it's called the flute in this game, but I don't want to get locked into that cutscene, which is why I'm up here. There it is. So you could go back to the Dark World from here, but I recommend staying in the Light World since you can actually only fast travel in the Light World, so... Ooh, money. Hello. Actually, in terms of money, we're going to be getting a whole lot more soon. Because you can just get a ton from this area. Or the Thieves' Town, at least, is where a lot of it is. But, yeah, this is the way I want to go. Can you get out of my way? Whatever. But if we go over here... This is actually where the Thieves' Town, or the Thieves' Hideout is going to be. In the Dark World. And it's under a Gargoyle statue, which is why it's called the Gargoyle's domain, but... I think the Thieves' Town is one of the most interesting locations of the game, but I guess I'll go back over to that Dark World portal now that we have this. Alrighty. I think that we are now all good to do Thieves' Town. Well, no, because there's other heart pieces we could get. And I do want to show those, so we're gonna do them now, because I actually do want the full heart container before moving forward, I think. We can get a lot more after this dungeon too, thanks to the Titan's Mitt. But I mentioned the lumberjacks earlier on, and we're actually gonna deal with that now. So, pull out the mirror. It's one of the trees around here. Oh, it's right in front of me. Just do that. And we can get a heart piece, so... This is, 13? No, 15. 15, yeah. Yeah, 12 hearts is, about all you can really get before the Thieves' Hideout. And you do want to go back into the Dark World, because we're actually going to go to the Sanctuary within the Dark World, and we're going to pick up an extra item on top of the thing. That heart piece there we're going to need the hookshot for, so I forgot how much damage those guys did, but it's fine, because we're about to get a heart piece, so... I know there's a guy in that cave that tells you some information, but I don't remember exactly what it is he says. We'll warp here. So you would think you would need the Titan's Mitt to do this, but you can just do it without it by doing this method. This is the way I like to get the magic cape personally. You can just knock it out now. This is the magic cape, right? Yeah, because you need the magic cape to get the Cane of Burna later on. And I don't personally really use the magic cape all that much, but I know it can be quite a helpful item. We'll go ahead and warp to the light world to get our next heart piece. Yay! Oh, that's a lot of bombs. I guess now we can finally go do the Thief hideout. So, yeah. And the Thieves hideout is really the shortest of the Dark World dungeons. Although, I guess I'll do one try of the treasure game. So 30 rupees, we get to open 2 chests. Do this one. Nope. Okay. You can get a heart piece from this though. I think I'm just not gonna get the RNG ones though. I do want all the rupees that are here, however. I kind of would like to go out of my way to get them so I can get some bomb and arrow upgrades after this dungeon. Because there's like 2 or 3 chests with 600 rupees each in them, or not 600, 300. So I want to get a couple of these. There's not really much else we're going to need money for throughout the game, other than the bomb and arrow upgrades. But I still want them. Oh, this is actually the shop. Forgot there was a shop here. And, ooh, that's one thing you can do. There's a lot of enemies in this game where if you freeze them and then smash them with a hammer, you can actually get a full magic refill. And I would like to not get robbed. A lot of thieves here. Oh wait, that's the treasure game. This is the other house that has the money, I think. Yeah, because that was the shop, so it's probably this one. Yeah. I like how these are just here. But, I mean, hey, not complaining. Alright. I think I've stalled long enough. Let's do it. Alright, you gotta pull back. This is probably going to be a fairly rough dungeon for me with the amount of health I'm coming in here with, but it's cool. Just gotta do a quick little loop around. Yeah, this room right here is really like half the dungeon, and all we need to do is just get the big key, so... Yeah, all these monsters here, I wonder if this is all of like blinds. I mean, I assume that these are all thieves that like came with him to the Dark World. And now they're just kind of all here. That's where we need to get to. So, is it up here? Can I actually get there this way? I don't think so. Oh no, I can. Cool. I normally take a different route, but that works fine. This is the boss room right here, but Blind is not here yet, so we're gonna have to go find him. Because he's hiding out in here somewhere. And I'm gonna keep hitting the wrong button for the sword the entire game, I feel like. Especially with how little I've been actually swinging it normally. Full heal. Or not full. Although, in this case, will it? No. Okay. Yeah, this is the way I wanted to go. There's quite a few anti-fairies in here, though, so you can pretty easily top up quite frequently in this place. Oh, I didn't get the other small key. Crap. Where's that at? Isn't it... Does it drop off something? It might have been up here, actually, and I just forgot to go here. No. Why am I forgetting this? And I would like to get this. There we go. Or am I just being really dumb? I'm just being really dumb. Alright, that's fine. My mistakes. You can just pull this though. Oh, right. That's not what we do. But, I mean, it's free hearts. And then I didn't get them. Where are bombs? These enemies can really hurt you, by the way. I don't remember what these are called, but they can... Ugh. Alright, now we can actually take on Blind. Get some light shining into the boss arena. I guess Blind... He, even when he was a human, he always had a distaste for light, so he would hide out during the day and then only really get up to his activities at night. And, yeah, so basically he needed to touch grass more often, I feel like. Yeah, this is the way I want to go. So, we have a fair maiden to rescue here. I don't have a key for this. Oh, you don't need the key. I don't know why I thought you did. Huh. And hey, look, it's the maiden we need. Even though she's not in a crystal, that's not suspicious at all, right? And I actually really want the hearts. 'Cause there's a decent chance that I finally use a fairy against Blind. Unless I somehow just play immaculately against him. Okay, we need to hurry in this room because the tiles will start to fall out. There's the Titan's Mitt, so we can finally lift all those large rocks. Yeah, this is a dungeon you definitely don't want to be using the magic mirror in at all. So if you try to actually leave the entrance with this girl, she won't let you, because this is Blind. I did mention he shapeshifts, and yeah, I'm totally going to be using a fairy on him. I might use the ice rod a little though. See how that goes. Like I said, Blind does not like light. Oh, there he is. There's Blind. This boss is a bullet hell, almost. Okay, yeah, you have to use the sword, so this is not going to be a pretty encounter. I can already tell. Yeah, I'm really bad at this fight, so I probably should have grabbed one of the anti-fairies beforehand. But 3 hits will knock the first head off of Blind, and we'll have to do this 3 times, so there's number 2 at least. Should probably be dodging more since I'm down to 1 fairy, but it'll be fine. We're gonna win at this point. So I think it's only 1 more hit. I find it a lot easier to hit Blind from the sides than the front, since you do have to hit the head, but there we go. And now we can get the Tempered Sword and knock out a few more side quests, specifically the magic meter upgrade and our next heart piece. Actually, I could get 3 heart pieces right now, I believe. But wait, we have 5 Dark World dungeons left, so there's 8 pieces of heart. I know 4 of them off the top of my head. Oh no, I know where they all are, because yeah, we're perfectly on track right now. Yeah, I get it. I might also... I'll actually save those heart pieces for after Swamp Palace and stuff. So let's go ahead and get the Tempered Sword. Let's do that. Just over this way. We can chat with this lad right here. So this is one of the 2 dwarven blacksmith brothers. I like that he gets turned into a frog. Yeah, I recommend staying in the dark world, because even though you need to take him into the light world, I'm actually gonna do a couple of things with this area in particular. So bring him in here. If you come back, he will temper your sword. So we can just walk out and in. So the sword tempering, you just need to leave and come back in, or leave the screen or something for it to be done. But I've always liked to just do this in the meantime instead. So if you played Link's Awakening, you'll remember the little devil guys for throwing magic powder onto these. And they're pretty much the same in this game. Or he is, since there's only one in this one. I like him though, because he's so mean but can't help but be polite. I think it's really nice and funny. There we go. So the half magic is something, like, I can't believe they want you to do Skull Woods before getting this, honestly, because I think that this is one of the most important upgrades for that. Oh, it's still not done. Okay. So I think it's for going into the dark world. But in the dark world, there's a heart piece right here that we're gonna get, so I might as well do it now. Just hammer every single state. Bonk, bonk. I think it's that stump right there that just turns into a cave. Yeah. So we have 4 more heart pieces that we're gonna pick up. And now we should be good if we use the magic mirror. There it is. I'm also gonna go on ahead and get the final bottle. So tempered sword. I love the tempered sword and the golden master sword. I love it in this game and in A Link Between Worlds. I think both are really fun. But we have this chest right here, and I mentioned a locksmith earlier on in the game. Now is that time, so we need to head over towards the desert. I don't believe that you can fast travel during this, but that's fine. It's not too long of a walk. The main thing with this is that you cannot sprint. Basically, don't hit the A button at all. You can't sprint, you can't fall down a ledge. We just need to walk all the way over there. But we don't have to go all the way around anymore now that we have the power glove to lift this rock. Believe it or not, the big rocks you don't need the Titan's Mitt for, or at least anything that's the lighter colored rocks, and then the dark ones, even the small ones, take the Titan's Mitt. But there we go, there's the 4th bottle. And no, I'll just save that for after Skullwoods. So let's use the ocarina here and miss the bird because of this guy. There we go. Because we need to go back to Kakariko anyways. And into the dark world for Skullwoods, because we're gonna do it now. Before Skullwoods though, I am gonna get more fairies, and I'm actually just gonna show how I normally get fairies, because Mothula is the other hardest boss for me, but I think Mothula will go better than Blind. Because Mothula at least has something that's really effective against her. The Blind fight does not. It's just fight it with the sword. But there's 2 fairies in this here, and leaving the screen and coming back on will respawn them, so this is just how I normally get healing in the game. It works. It's free. It doesn't take very long. This is just what I normally do. Yeah, let's do Skullwoods. I like Skullwoods. I think the whole, like, going in and out of the dungeon thing is neat. And that it has all the multiple entrances and whatnot. But here we go. Ooh, I didn't get hit by that guy. Cool. Ooh, money. Just a lot of oohing and awing. I think I'll only do one more bomb and arrow upgrade for the game. I probably won't max them out, and I think this is where I want to enter from. No, it's not. Okay. We are going to enter from this patch of grass right here soon enough, but first we need to get the big key, which is this entrance. Okay. So there's floor masters in here that we do need to be wary of, and the Gibdos too. Which the Gibdos will get easier to deal with later in the dungeon once we get the fire rod. There we go. Ooh, I'm already very low on health in here. Yeah, I wanted to wait for this. Killing the floor masters is not enough though, unfortunately. Uh-oh. Oh, that was close. This is the big key, I do believe. I might take this guy out. I really like some hearts, but then I'll camp behind this until the star thing goes away. Although, kind of forgot about the floor master. Even though it's one room, and I probably could have done this faster, I'm still just gonna warp out with the magic mirror. Because now that we have the big key, we can go get the fire rod. That was a nice way to cut the grass. That was kind of cool, actually. Any more hearts? No? Okay. Ooh, more. Alright. Oh, star switch. Right. There we go. The good thing there's one right there and you don't have to walk very far for it. And then I guess you can get some extra hearts or something if you have the hook shot, but since we don't, we're not getting that. Fire rod. If you use the magic mirror in here, since we fell through the floor, we can't really go out that way. And I think this is the map, yeah. But we can exit right over here, where I went in before. And now we go back into where I first entered from. Oh yeah, I also have the low health sound effect turned off. I never did mention that, but I figured that would probably be more pleasing for both your ears and mine. So I figured I would just turn it off. Yeah, so this is the path to Mothula. Fire rod, there it is. Mothula is another one of my favorites in this game because I don't know if it's like completely canon. I'm pretty sure it's in the manga where this was said, but Mothula was once this very pretty lady, and I always get this path wrong, and I died. Cool. And she eventually just got really jealous that there was someone prettier than her in the eyes of other people, and I guess she was just kind of rotten, and when she got thrown into the dark world, then she turned into a moth. And now she just guards this place and wants to kill us, so that's neat. Alright, there we go. Now we got that key, we can open this door. Yeah, I'm telling you, I love using the magic mirror to just get around these dungeons faster. This room is interesting to figure out on the first run, just because it's so much trial and error. But there we go. This is also another strange room. Don't be afraid to use the fire rod on the Gibdos, by the way, because they usually will drop you magic. And, ooh, that was close. Okay. So we need to be kind of quick here in lighting these lanterns. Or sconces? I don't know what they are. Because that is on a timer, but there we go. I actually don't need to kill these enemies, because it's just right here. You do need to kill, is it the Helmasaur? No, it's the Gibdo. Yeah, okay. Not at full magic for Mothula. That should be fine. So Mothula will take 8 hits, and I want to be careful here. This Floor Master will show up pretty quick, usually. Okay, whatever. Here we go, Mothula. Once she gets up a little bit, spam that fire rod. But try to be calculating with your hits, since you only have so much magic, unless you got green potions. In which case, go nuts. I missed a lot of my attacks. So, sword it is. Oh, I'm out of magic. Crap. Okay. Oh, we're done. Okay. Oh, that is Dungeon 3 done. Cool. So, now that we've done that one, I guess Swamp Palace is next, and normally I would get another heart container by now, but since I'm not doing the ones that involve chance, we'll just head over to the Swamp Palace. I could go get 2 others very easily right now, but I'm just going to do it before we do the 5th dungeon. Misery Mire is what I'm going to do after Swamp Palace, because they're over there, so I'll just do it then instead of going out of my way to do it now. Okay. Bonk. We gotta go all the way across the map anyway, so I'm just gonna warp over to the light world. I feel like the map screen looks really dark right now. Yeah, this is fine. We have to go up to this anyway. But you actually do need to do that puzzle that we did for the heart piece earlier on in the game once again. But I like going into the dark world first because you have to come back here anyway, so you might as well just have a thing from the magic mirror. I could have turned on a mod where I can use the magic mirror in the light world as well, but I actually didn't really want to use that one. Most of the other mods I'm using I feel like don't really change the game all that much, but I mean, I guess it wouldn't either, but I don't know. I didn't really want to use it for some reason. I am missing 1 fairy, so we'll actually take advantage of this and... Crap, okay. I don't really need a fairy for the Swamp Palace, though. It's... If you ask me, the Swamp Palace is the easiest of the Dark World dungeons. Especially with how we're doing it, since we're doing it after getting the Tempered Sword. But yeah, you do need to open the floodgates in Hyrule for this to be flooded, otherwise water won't be here, so... let's go. And why don't I have key? There's key. Give me key. Yeah, I sometimes forget how to get the keys to spawn in. I do know that this is a key. Right, I can break these with my sword. One thing I never really mentioned, but I kind of like, is that skulls are just the replacement for jars in the Dark World. I've always thought that was really interesting. Yeah, Swamp Palace is... It seems really confusing at first, but there's really not many options on where you can even go at any given point. The hardest part is just figuring out how to get to the boss at the very end, Argus. Which Argus is going to be quite interesting, as Argus attacks you with its own children. Or what's believed to be its own children, at least. Okay, so this is the part where the dungeon gets fun. So there's the hookshot up there. But we need to get to the big key, and the big key is its own journey to get to. Do I want to go up this way first? I think this is where I want to go first, if I remember correctly. 'Cause I'm pretty sure... Yeah, so this is a key to get over this way. Okay, no, we do need to flood this, so we need to go around. So, do not touch the switch over here. Oh, right, we need to get the key so we can come up here. We can open this. Okay. So, you do need to touch this here, but make sure that you get this back up before you go, because the big key chest right there actually has red things blocking it, so we're gonna go ahead and take care of that. Means you do gotta run back around here, but it's fine. Whee! Especially because I can just use my Pegasus boots some more. Ooh. Don't want to swing my sword too much since those things will attack you for swinging your sword, but... yeah. Over here, don't need to do anything, just push the blocks. We can go and get the big key. Yeah, Argus is basically just a big eyeball, but it attacks you with our guy, which, I guess Argus is more of a jellyfish eyeball, and the Argai are essentially just an infant jellyfish. So it seems that she likes to use her own children for battle, which is quite interesting. And then Argus, actually, I don't remember what their Japanese names are, but I know that she shares a similar name in Japanese to Vitreous, the boss of Misery Mire. And the name is the Japanese word for like the oh my gosh, what's the word I'm looking for here? This goop in your eye. Actually, I don't know what the right word for it is, but it's like something that's in your eye. And makes sense since both those bosses are going to be giant eyeballs. I'm pretty sure... Oh yeah, by the way, hookshot in this game is a really powerful weapon. Like, it does a lot of damage to a lot of enemies. I do not like these tiny jellyfish. Do not be fooled by that door. Go in this door. I got that at the perfect time. We need to push this lever, and this is the only way to get to it. But yeah, Argus will probably be one of the easiest fights in the entire game because of the Tempered Sword. If we didn't have the Tempered Sword, then each Argai, it would take 2 hits to kill. But since we do have the Tempered Sword, it'll only take 1. And then I think it's 2 spin attacks kills Argus herself. Once all of her Argai are dead, so... Yeah, Tempered Sword, definitely worth getting as early as possible, especially because you got to use it till the end of the 6th dungeon, so... I don't really care to restock or anything. Oh crap, I forgot about the key. Alright, you know what? I haven't used these all, but we're gonna use one now. Because I can't stand dealing with these guys in the water. They just annoy the absolute crap out of me. But yeah, it doesn't really matter how much health I go into Argus with, because I shouldn't take too much damage. We'll pull the hookshot back out. And here we go. Right, wrong button. I was trying to hit A for the sword again. Just my muscle memory, man. Yeah, these are the little Argai. Just take each and every one of them out. It's gonna be easier to hit them sometimes when it's spinning, but looks like, man, I keep on missing. All right, give me the last one. There we go. Okay, so now Argus will just slam around and okay, there we go. We'll just slam into the ground and move around a lot. But like I said, 2 spin attacks. And she's dead. So, that is the 4th dungeon of the Dark World completed. I guess we can go get those heart pieces now. Yeah, we'll do that other one later, I think. Wait, am I at 1 heart piece to the next container, or... No, I think I'm at 1, because there's the 2 RNG and there's 2 on Death Mountain in the Dark World, so I need to go get that one if I want another heart before the next dungeon, which, believe me, I definitely do. Because I'm actually doing Misery Mire a little early, and that means I don't have the blue tunic for it, and I'm going to take a lot more damage from the enemies in there, so I really want all the hearts I can get. And I think I'm still short a fairy, which I'm definitely going to want another one before taking on Misery Mire. So let's do the more out-of-the-way heart piece first. You jerk. I want to go to Kakariko. Actually, is it in the light world? I don't know. We'll check. Because I genuinely do not remember. Okay, now it's in the Dark World. Alright. We'll do that then. Probably also mention that we need to have the magic cape for this one as well. It's unfortunately not just the hook shot that's needed. But that is perfectly fine since we already got that. So we'll get past... Whoops. Just get past all the hard hat beetles and we'll be fine. Well, I'm ready for Misery Mire. Misery Mire is probably one of my favorite dungeons in this game. It's a decently tough one too. Alright, this is where we need the cape. We'll just use that. Don't want to use too much magic. And there we go. There is piece of heart number 18. Let's go get 19 and 20. So I should have gotten a fairy. So you do need the Titan's Mitt for this dungeon. You need the Titan's Mitt for 5 and 6. That's why you have to do these other ones. But you also need the hook shot for this one, and you need the fire rod for the Ice Palace. So you have to do the first 4 dungeons before 5 and 6. Do that. Then let's go get that other one. It's up in the corner of the desert. And actually, I'll do that after this dungeon. I need to not forget about that. We need to go get another one of the medallions, and I think it's safe to just do it in the corner here. Yeah. We've been able to go get that medallion for a little bit now. But there's heart number 16. So that's the last one we're gonna get from heart pieces. For this run, at least. If you need to heal, that's a great fairy in that cave. If not, into Misery Mire we go. Which I need you. We're gonna need the Ether Medallion to open this dungeon, and then for Turtle Rock, we're gonna need the Quake Medallion. So you don't have to go get the Bombos Medallion, but it's actually pretty helpful in Ganon's tower, so I'm definitely gonna pick it up. Alright, here we go. Need the hookshot right at the start, so they are making sure you're not getting in here without doing the Swamp Palace first. Skullwoods, I don't really think this dungeon cares if you do Skullwoods. Alright, you gotta kill all of these guys. I do not need to take damage from that Beamos. Because the Wizrobes can be a bit of a pain. Okay, this is a dungeon that I need to sit here and think about a little. I believe we want to go this way first. If I remember right, the first step is a key in this room. That is right here. And then we want to go back out this way. We want to get to the big key as fast as possible, at least. Crap. It should be this door. And then I want to kill you. We're already almost to the big key. Wizrobe, hi, die. I want to kill Wizrobes for all the torture they've caused me in Zelda 1. Okay. Push these. Get out of here. Okay. Light the torches. I guess I don't really have much to say about Vitreous since most of the Vitreous stuff is really talked about with Argus. I guess Vitreous is really just, I don't know if Ganon put him here, or if he was made by Ganon, or what, but there's not really much interesting to say about Vitreous. It's like I said, Blind and, Mothula are really the most interesting of the Dark World bosses. There we go. Big key acquired. So let's get out of here. Oh, wait. I need the dungeon item. I'm glad I didn't completely forget about that. And... yeah, I actually will wait on this anti-fairy for a second. I think it comes up around here after a little while. Should at least. There it is, yeah. We'll just stand here, sprinkle powder, and capture the fairy. That should fill up all my bottles again, so... excuse me, pardon me. Actually, I think you can go this way. Can you? Nope. Oh well. Can't go this way either. Dang. Okay. Fine. Be that way, game. Be that way. Don't need you anyway. Just go this way. Always better. I'm pretty sure it's this door to the right here, though. Right, because we need the hook shot. Or you don't, like, have to use it, but it makes it a little easier. Because we need... the floor is going to disappear, so we're just going to... uh-oh. I think I'm too late. Nope, I'm fast enough. Okay. Ana Samaria! This is used, like, 3 times, so... definitely one of the most useless items in the game. But it's also really useful at the same time, because it actually saves you a giant headache in the Ice Palace and makes it an actually bearable dungeon. So it is that is the entire reason I'm doing this dungeon first. It's just to cut off a lot of time from the Ice Palace. I'm fine with taking more damage if it means doing that. We can heal up if we need it, but I think I'm all good. Yeah, I'm fine. So let's go to the last parts of this dungeon then. I hope you have a lot of arrows, by the way. Arrows are going to be really helpful for Vitreous. Cane. Okay. This is one of my least favorite rooms, just because all these fireballs can make it really annoying to push the block onto it. I want this. No, anti-fairy, get back. Get back here. Yay. I don't think anything magic is helpful for Vitreous, but I might actually try it. I might use one of the medallions and see if it does anything helpful. I've never ever tried it. And I feel like I should just try using more magic in this game to see how it helps. I think these are the last anti-fairies before Vitreous, so we're gonna go on ahead and use it to our advantage. Oh, never mind, there's one right there. But this room's more of a pain in the butt to use it in. So, might as well. Hey, there we go. This is where Vitreous is. So let's get out Ether. Or, no, let's do Quake. I don't know. Let's try this. I've never done this before, so I just want to see if it damages them. No? Okay. So you can use the sword on these guys. That might be a little better for you. If you see Vitreous go white like that, it means he's going to shoot lightning. So just get out of the way. He will shoot more lightning as the eyeballs are killed. And by the way, the eyeballs, they do a lot of damage. 4 hearts. So the extra heart doesn't really help all that much for Vitreous, but it's fine. I please hit you guys. Oh, there we go, okay. Now, once there's 4 left, we just have to deal with Vitreous himself, but the bow can keep him at bay. You can use the sword, but honestly, I think the bow's faster. So, there we go. Vitreous is dead. 2 more dungeons in the Dark World. 2 more maidens to rescue. I don't want to forget about, what's it called? Bombos, though. So, we're gonna have to do that before we go to the Ice Palace. I guess I can just do a ton of upgrades before Ice Palace as well. I think I will get, 5 upgrades. I want to make sure I have enough rupees, honestly, for getting some potions for Ganon. I don't really need potions for Ganon's tower, but I like to buy 1 or 2 blue potions for Ganon, since I kind of usually end up just tanking him and not really trying to dodge his attacks. I think that's going to be my strategy. And this looks really crisp when the rain is not here. Like, wow. Look at that. Okay. But nothing left in Misery Mire, so let's go... Not here. Here. How about this? Cool. I'm actually not that far from the Quake Medallion here, so I might as well. Although, actually, no. Because we need to get there from the Light World anyway. So I want to go to this, or not the Light World, the Dark World. Man, I'm just getting everything confused. I actually need to go over this way. Once again. So that we can, Can I please lift this? Thank you. I don't know why I was struggling to do that for so long. Okay. So, just down here. Whee! Because you can't actually get to Misery Mire from this side, but what you can do is come down here and use the magic mirror right here so you can go get the bombos. Right, you need the Book of Medora. Bunk! And with this, we can go to the Ice Palace. You don't need it for, well, you don't need bombos for Ice Palace, but I just wanted to get it done. And oh, right, actually, we need 200 rupees after this dungeon, so maybe I won't do very many upgrades. I think I'll only do like 3. Actually, nah, I don't need them. I don't need them at all, so into the Ice Palace. We're gonna need the Fire Rod and the Hookshot quite a lot in here, so get ready. There's that key. Yeah, Cold Stare is what we get to do here. Cold Stare... I don't know, there really isn't much on Cold Stare to my knowledge. It's just kind of here, I guess. I don't know, I don't really have anything that I know that's interesting about Cold Stare. other than the fact that it is in fact a boss. But a lot of the penguins here, you can just use the hook shot and you can insta-kill them. What I meant by the hook shot is just really, really good in combat. I mainly meant it for this dungeon. Want this. There we go. Full health. Yeah, all we really had to do in this room was just loop all the way around here. And I want to hit this, and then I want to put down this. Excuse me, pardon me. And I think this room has the first Stalfos Masters of the game in it, if I remember correctly. Yep. Nope. Oh god. It's really far out of the way. Oh, I'm using a lot of bombs by accident. But, do that, do that. There we go. Easy peasy. Not hard at all. Right, this room does have a key. I know it's in one of the jellyfish. I think the very... Oh, nope, it's that one. Okay. I was gonna say, I think it's the very last one. And I believe we want to leave that the way it is. Yes, okay. We'll hit this switch. Love the fire cogs from Mario just being in here. In the ice dungeon of all things. But we're actually getting pretty close to the big key. So it means we're getting close to the end, really, with the route that I'm taking. I love doing this. This is one of my favorite rooms of the entire dungeon. Because you can annihilate all those penguins really quickly. I think it's a lot of fun. Right, you want to go up. Because we're actually going to come out from that other... out the door from that other side, and I want to get this heart before I fall. And... yeah, this is all correct. Cool. Ah, that was satisfying. Whoops. There we go. Gotta love the hook shot. I love this room too. I love just doing that little maneuver there. It's always just... feels good to do. Yeah, this is the other side of that door from earlier. Just hook shot to the other side, and we can go up here. Right, I always forget about this room. Hammer. I'm not too worried about the Stalfos Masters right now. I'll deal with them here in a second. Maybe I should be more concerned about them. But there we go. I think I want to pull on this. Yeah. Okay. Big key. Big key. There we go. The master key of the dungeon. That is in fact what it is. But yeah, you just want to come right back down here because that room that we were in just a second ago, I think it's the one at the bottom of these stairs here. You can actually really quickly move forward by just doing this. So that is what I would do. Whee! And this is my least favorite room of the whole dungeon because it is just really, really hard to get down this staircase. The ice really messes it up. For some reason. And you gotta dodge the fire rod. Like, come on, Link, just go down. Thank you. Okay. Blue mail, right here. Arguably the most important dungeon item in the game, if you ask me. Because taking less damage is always helpful, so... we want that, and... excuse you, buddy. Get out of my way. So, if we didn't have the Canis Mario, we'd have to do a huge backtrack just to hit the switch to make those blue things go down and move those blocks. But since we have the Canis Mario, we're pretty much done. So, I want to get to full... I do want to get to full health. I'm just gonna do this. Hey, would you look at that? Full health. What a surprise. Yeah. Pain. Block. Done. That is all of the Ice Palace. I love it. Yeah, I don't really mind the Ice Palace since you can do that. That's why I've never played the Game Boy Advance version of this game. But with that, we can fight Cold Stare, so let's do it. Gotta get rid of the ice first. This first phase is very easy though. Now, I think you're almost dead actually. Yep, there we go. And, oh no, my controller died. Okay, I'm glad I figured that out. Oh boy, I was not expecting my controller to die just in the middle of the fight. Oh well. It's been like 2 or 3 weeks since I charged it, I think, so... There we go. That is the Ice Palace complete, though. So I guess we just have Turtle Rock left, but before we can do that, we need to go and complete a couple side quests. So we're gonna knock those out real fast. Specifically the super bombs and the gold sword and silver arrows. We have the weak maidens, I guess. There we go. Alright, I understand. Let's go get Zelda, because she is the only one left up in Turtle Rock. I want to Magic Mirror. And I'm in a bush. Let's try that again. Okay. So, we need to get the gold sword. So go to Link's house, and we're gonna use this Dark World warp once again. Because it's actually Link's house in the Dark World where we get the super bombs, so you could have used this as a normal bomb shop for pretty much the entire game, but by the way, the super bomb, the same rules apply to it that the rules of that treasure chest we needed for the 4th bottle have. Also, we can warp to the light world and just carry the bomb here instead of wandering past the dangerous Dark World enemies, because the door to Hyrule Castle right here is also a portal to the Dark World, so we'll do that. We'll head over here, tap the A button, and use your super bomb. I will throw in the bow first, I think. There it is. Hopefully this restores my arrows. That'd be kind of helpful. And you got the Great Fairy that honestly looks like they're from Shrek. But, yeah, Ganon kind of turned her into this, so can't really blame her. It's unfortunate. But she is the best Great Fairy still for powering up our bow and sword like this. If I can ever find the sword in this menu, there it is. Oh boy. Yep. Golden sword, please. Alright. Let's head up to Death Mountain and go to Turtle Rock then. Whoops. Oh man, this game sometimes. Dang, I'm almost like directly in the Dark World portal. Yeah, this is how you would get back into Hyrule Castle if you needed to. But, yeah, let's go back up to where we first entered the Dark World, I guess. Okay, I guess it is time to finish this. This is my third recording session of this, I guess. We were headed towards Turtle Rock, but I need to get the Cane of Burna first, which I think is this one. Yep, okay. The way I like to do this, well, actually, okay, that's probably not good, but we're fine. Awesome. I actually just realized, I was like, oh wait, I have the mod, so maybe this will actually be a lot easier. And in fact it was, so there we go, Cane of Burna. You can use this to not take as much damage from stuff. I personally never really use it, like, at all. But, I mean, it can be pretty helpful, really. Luckily there is a magic refill, like right before, what's it called? Blanking on it, Turtle Rock. So we don't have to worry about that too much. Yeah, we got that Moon Pearl, buddy. It's just over here though, near the Tower of Hera. And then we can get one of the last heart pieces. I'm wondering if I do want to end up going for the final 2 heart pieces and just kind of, you know, get them right after Turtle Rock. Maybe I will. Honestly, depends on how fast I get the shovel digging one. Because I'm honestly not that worried about the rupee minigame. Hey, a fairy. I do believe we start in the light world. No, you don't. You go into the dark world. That's right, because we kind of need a way to get out. So, we need a dark world portal, and that is right here. Hit the pegs. I think you have to do them in this order. I don't know, I just always did them in that order. I would say we could just open the dungeon, but we don't have magic, so I actually think you want to go in this. I'm pretty sure this is how you get to the heart piece. Yeah. So, invisible path, right, left, boom. And bomb. Me use bomb. Because we want that heart piece. Even though it's not really going to be too useful yet. I think we go this way. And I think you just come down here. Yep. So, mirror. Boom. And now I need to get that magic refill, which, like I said, I think it's right here. There's like a labyrinth of caves, basically, but yeah, this is the magic refill. Push this, and there's our magic. So, bam. Need them, or if you need a magic refill, there you go. I could have bought a green potion, but I didn't really want to, so I'll just do that and head over to the Turtle Rock. At the very least, it's pretty easy to get into. Excuse me, thank you. Okay. I want quick. Because Bombos is not needed. There we go. Okay. Final dungeon where we gotta rescue someone at least. You will need your Cane of Samaria a lot in this place, so be ready to use it. I'm hopefully going to remember the routes on these blocks here, and I'm already messing up. See, I do remember the pipe section of this dungeon pretty well. I happen to blank a lot on this part of it, though. I want to go down, I think. Yeah. Fire Rod. We just need to ride the block on along. Yeah, I like this Turtle Rock. I would say it's probably my least favorite version of Turtle Rock, but Turtle Rock is always a great dungeon in the games it appears in. And I like the whole trend with Turtle Rocks in that they essentially have a heart piece somewhere in them every time. I don't know why, it's just something I really like. Let's dodge these. Perfect. I never used the magic cape to do that, but I actually remembered it existed this time. I was like, yeah, I might as well. And I want my cane. Cane. Whee! I don't know how they expect you to just figure out that you're supposed to use the cane on these, though. That's kind of weird to me. Yeah, I do need to kill this guy. These guys are actually easier to kill without sword beams, surprisingly, and I don't like this room. Because the chain chomps do a whole lot of damage. You can see most of my health bar is just gone because of him. Even with the blue mail, it's like 3 hearts. On the bright side, though, this dungeon has a lot of anti-fairies all over the place, if I can hit it. Oh my goodness. Please. Thank you. And I think there was another one? Yeah. It's like 10 shots yet again. Okay. So I want to go in the pipe. I really like the pipe section. I don't know why. I always thought there was more of it in this dungeon, but there really isn't. And I think I want to go into this one first. I chose correct. Okay. I love this part. Whee! Oh, I didn't hit all 4. No. It's nice to get rid of them immediately since we have to deal with a few enemies down here. Such as the star thing, but that's not going to be too much of a problem. Alright, this is also the first time that these laser guys show up. And... okay. Let's kill him. There we go. Get the key. And... whee! I didn't realize you could crash into these and... I can't move. Well then. What happens if I can't use items either. Okay, I'm gonna have to exit the game then. Let's see what happens there. I did not want to have to... We'll be back. Oh, that didn't take too terribly long at least. So... now we can get the big key. And actually go get the dungeon item, which is none other than the Mire Shield this time. First appearance of the Mire Shield in the series. Mire Shield's also just one of my personal favorite Zelda items. I really like the Mire Shield. I just wish it would show up again. I like the Mire Shield being the strongest shield you get in a Zelda game. I don't know why, starting with Skyward Sword, they made it the strongest. I know it's technically Twilight Princess where that trend started, but like... I don't know, it felt like in Twilight Princess they just kind of didn't put any emphasis on shields at all. So they just kind of made the Hylian shield the strongest one by happenstance. Meanwhile, it's like intentionally the strongest one in Skyward Sword, Link Between Worlds, Breath of the Wild, and Tears of the Kingdom. I mean, to be fair, the Hylian shield looks good. But I don't know, I guess as someone that just kind of grew up playing a lot of the games that had the Mire Shield as the strongest one, I just kind of associate that as the strongest shield that Link gets. Yeah, let's get this heart piece. Let's get the hammer and the bow. Oh, you are a fun guy. Okay. I'll take this. Alright. This is heart piece number 22 that I'm collecting, at least. Feels weird for that to not get me the last heart piece. But, oh well. Let us get the mirror shield. Man, I love the mirror shield. Just love how big it is. It's so cool. Okay. And this will allow us to go straight towards Trinix as well. I mean, we still got a decent ways to go, but we're getting there. Actually, I think I'm going the wrong way. No, I'm going the right way. Okay. I'm going ahead and hit that. Here we go. Okay. And I think this is the room yeah, I never remember my way through this room. Oh, boy. I want to say it's over here. Oh, wow, I actually got that. Okay. And then I'll just tank a few hits. That switch opened a door in the bottom left. Now you just have to get to it, which is this way. Awesome. Okay, I didn't have to spend like 5 minutes in this room. We're actually really close to the end. Why did the Commissar have to knock me off the edge? Yeah, I'm gonna knock you off the edge. See how you like it. I think it's this very last one. There we go. Okay. Mirror shield, block beams. Then if you want to walk across, there you go. You hold it on the side if you're charging up a spin attack. And man, I keep on falling off edges. That's another thing. So blade traps and falling both just ignore your tunic. So it doesn't matter how many tunic upgrades you have for those. And I somehow killed it. Okay. A lot of anti-fairies in this room though. So you don't really have to worry about being low on health for Trinix. Oh, actually, now that I think about it, it's kind of amazing that you can reach the end of the game without ever getting the magic powder. Because you don't have to get the magic meter upgrade. Alright, there we go. I want the fire rod out. Actually, I'm gonna have to pull out the Cane of Samaria again because of the bridge over here. So what I'm gonna do is actually do this, because this is a magic refill. We'll put that down, then get the magic, and then get out the fire rod. So Trinix is really cool, because he's kind of like a Gleeok, but he's also pretty similar to the Helmasaur King, which both are very interesting, but I would say there's more similarities to the Gleeoks, personally. Oh, what? I didn't kill it? Okay. Now it's dead. Alright. Yeah, the ice is kind of annoying because that won't ever go away. That's why I like to go for the ice head first, but, oh well. The tail wags, he's doing that. Yeah, Trinix is just, I don't know. I just think he's a pretty cool looking boss. We'll, take him out pretty quick here. I can hit him. Nope. Come on, buddy. There we go. Alright. Turtle Rock is done. Let's go over to Ganon's Tower, then. At least Ganon's Tower's, stone's throw away from here. Ooh, boy. Ganon's Tower ought to be fun. It's a pretty tough dungeon. A lot of hard enemies, but nothing we haven't really been fighting up to this point. It's just a much longer gauntlet of enemies than what we've done up until now. Here we go. Zelda. Hello. Nice to see you again. It's been since the start of the game. Which I guess in terms of playtime was it even 2.5 hours ago? Or was it like 2 hours ago? I don't know. It's something like that. I guess it's a little more than that, because I didn't record like every second since I don't have me walking all the way back over here on camera, but let's go past these Lionels and go to Ganon's tower. Whee! Excuse me, Mr. Lionel. Oh man. Alright. I love this little cutscene. I think it's pretty neat. Alright, here we go. Final dungeon, Ganon's tower. Alright, so we want to go over here first, if I remember correctly. And get this key, and then go left. Don't want to go right. And I think that this room is hitting just all 4 of these. Oh no, I remember what it is. You only need to hit 2, because you just need to move the block to hit the star switch as well. I'm starting to remember more about this dungeon as I go. Over here, down, over this way. Kill this guy. If I remember right, you actually want to set a bomb onto this. Yes. And we're going to set a bomb there. Get this key. And move forward. We're gonna have basically a bonus key for about half the dungeon. And then, sorry. And then we're gonna just use it like right at the end. So not even half, like most of it. Because you just keep on getting keys like in the same room that you find them in. Oh boy. I can't ever remember this part. I think it's this one. Yep. That was correct. Fine, I'll walk. I want to do a fun Pegasus Boots run, but nope. I think we're almost to the red mail already. Oh, I always forget about this room. I'm trying to remember where it is you can just walk onto. Okay, we'll do that. Is it right there? Because I know what you need to do is use the fire rod to reveal this, and then we can dash along. Ah, it's right here. Okay. Just don't fall off there. Hurry, hurry, hurry. And there you go. And now we're pretty much at the red mail, because we just have to beat the Armos Knights up again, which they get one shot because we have the silver arrows. Is this arrows? Yeah, it is. Cool. Bow. But it's on a slippery floor this time. Oh no. Anyway. Whoops. There we go. I gotta get through the door. There we go. Okay. Big key time. And arrows and bombs. Neat. Neato indeed. Okay. Fairy fountain in this wall here, but I don't need it, so I'm not gonna deal with it. Red mail. Yes, my favorite. And boom, there we go. Done with the bottom floor. So we can begin the ascension up the tower and go take on Ganon. Oh, right, this is where the dungeon actually gets somewhat annoying, though. Which block is it that I push? Is it this top one? It is. Cool. I'll throw this. Oh, crap. I forgot. You can't stand on these in this game. This is not Link's Awakening. And can I not be caught on this? Okay, there we go. Right, you want to move this so that you can block the blade trap. You don't have to do this, but it makes your life a lot easier, for sure. Especially because the blade trap usually just is caught in the statue. I guess that's not gonna happen this time. Maybe that's the PC version or something. Which, that bug I encountered in Turtle Rock, is that in the original game? Anyone maybe know that? I've never seen it before, because I don't think I've ever really, done something as dumb as what I was doing in Turtle Rock. But, alright, there we go. And why do I still hear you? That's actually really annoying. Okay. This is where we need the big key to actually move forwards. This room. I'm just not gonna fight those guys. I'm just gonna do this instead. Okay, you know what? There we go. Oh, I love this room. Okay, so if you don't know how to get down to this, Pegasus Boots dash, and you can get over here. Sends you far back. I know a lot of ROM hacks end up using this. I haven't played Link to the Past ROM hacks personally yet, but I've watched a little bit of some of them, and I know that that seems to be used in quite a few of them, so there is that little bit of information if you did not know. Okay. We should be getting pretty close to when the Wizrobes show up. I don't know what floor I'm on. I think there's like 8 floors though to the tower. Come on. There we go. Nice. I like this room. I don't know why. I just feel like it's so fast because you just run on the treadmill and hit the thief guys. I don't know. I like it. I don't like this one because of the ice, but yeah, we got there pretty quickly. Had to hit the spikes. You could definitely use the Vamos or something to get through a lot of these pretty quick. And I think that this is the land molas pre-fight. That must be a bug with the PC version. I'm assuming it's like loading in the room because of the widescreen or something. Taking more damage to these land molas than I did to the original fight. Oh well. Hard to not get hit, so. Got a little refresher room. There we go. That's all I want, is the heart. I don't really care about all the other stuff. Alright, this is the fun part of the dungeon to me, because what I do, wait for them to spawn in. Bombos. Yeah, I don't even play with the Wizrobes. Okay, there we go. Couldn't remember what the path was. Whee! I think this is another Wizrobe room, yep. I think there's 3 of these, and I just... Like, the Wizrobes really aren't that hard to deal with, but it's just faster to take them out like this. Oh man, this is probably my least favorite room. Alright. I'm just really bad at this room. And not get hit, Link. There we go. Okay. I could use that magic, but whatever. Fire rod. 1, 2, 3, 4. Run. Before the torches go out. Magic refill here, right? Yeah, okay. And this room, also fun. Do this torch. This torch. There you go. I do believe that these Helmisars have a key in one of them. Yep. Neat. And I think I'm about to use the spare key I've been holding on to for the entire dungeon pretty soon here. We'll go ahead and use that. I think it's on this door that I just want to go on ahead and use it. Yeah. We got Moldarm here. But the arena is even worse, so... Where is he? There it is. There's some Wizrobes in here, just be careful and you'll be fine. Okay, Moldarm. Let's settle this for good. Goodbye. Okay. And I can't solve my items. But a thingy will spawn here, so... there. Okay. We're pretty much at the end of the dungeon. So let's go on ahead and get up to Aghanim. Oh my goodness, this is torture. Okay. Aghanim is not really any harder than he was the first time, so head on in. Don't use the net this time, though. Alright. Okay, I at least hit him once. My goal is to see if I can hit him multiple times from some of these. But sometimes they don't make that an easy task on you. You just gotta be patient with the fight though, and you'll be fine. Oh wow, I didn't think I was gonna hit him that time. Neither of those hit him? Wow, okay. He also doesn't have the lightning this time because he has all these clones, so you don't have to ever worry about that. Okay. Proving to be a big pain this time, I know that. There we go. Alrighty. There's Ganon. Guess we can finally fight him. Okay, so we're at the end of the game. Here's what I'll do. We're gonna get the last 2 heart pieces, because why not? Let's finish off the 100%. So let's warp over to the light world. And you can't do anything here. Okay. Am I fine here? Yes, okay. So let's go to the money-making game again then, and do that. Or no, the shovel one. Since the shovel one's the more time-consuming of the two, I'd rather get it done first. Right here. It should be all the way down. Well, come on, Link. There you go, buddy. Alright, here we go. 80 rupees a pop. The worst minigame in the game. I will show this attempt, and then I will probably skip to whatever the final one is. Because getting it on the first try never ever happens. I think at best I've gotten it on the second time I played the game. Crap. I probably just wasted like 4 of my digs. Oh my god, finally. Okay, that took like 15 minutes maybe? No, I think it only took like 10. Okay. One more heart piece in the game left to get, and it's not nearly as bad as that one, at least. As you can see, I have over 1,000 rupees now, And I guess going over 1,000 rupees breaks the arrow sprite a little bit, but whatever. And I walk right off the edge. Alright. So, money-making game is our final heart piece of the game to acquire. And then we are all good. Where is it? It is over here. There we go. Hey, buddy! Alright, here we go. Let's do it. 51. Cool. Alright, there we go. Final heart piece acquired. That didn't take too long, at least. And I made a lot of money off that. So, with all of this done, we are pretty much finished. I do want to go ahead and show the potions, though. Which we can warp straight over to the witch's hut, I do believe. Yeah, okay. I will have to get rid of some fairies. So let's get rid of one here. And we'll just get rid of a second one. Okay, so 160 per potion. That's kind of a lot, but not really. And yeah, we're pretty much good here. I might as well do bomb and arrow upgrades though. So I'll meet you guys back at Ganon though. I guess I had just enough money to do this. There's the max bomb count, and we're one upgrade away from the final arrow upgrade. So I guess I am gonna get a full 100%. I didn't think I was gonna max out the arrow and bomb upgrades. First I was just gonna stop at like 50 of both, and then I kept going. And then I noticed I think I had enough for all of it, and lo and behold, I do. So here we go. Final arrow upgrade. 50 bombs and 70 arrows. And now we have gotten absolutely everything in the game. So let's go to the final battle. Once you have all your bearings together and you are ready, let us fall into the final battle. Alright, here we go. Ganon himself. Final boss. Alright. Stick to his right arm, by the way, for most of the fight. You will find it much easier to not get hit if you do that, as the trident spinning can damage you, and he's probably about to start doing his bats soon, yeah. But I think what I'm gonna do is, do that. Was that the smartest thing to do? Absolutely not. Did I get a lot of damage in for it? Also, yes. I'm taking a lot of damage now. I should probably use a potion. But we're not gonna do that anyway. He's probably getting... By the way, if you fall off the edge there, you will have to restart the entire fight, so... He's gonna stay. Yeah, there we go. One more hit, please. Oh! Alright, he's on his, last phase already. He's gonna shoot bats at you. Like that. Oh well. I don't think I've ever beaten this boss without having to use a fairy or potions at all. Okay, let's see if I can't hit him. Okay, do that. And then we want the bow and shoot him with silver arrows. So we're almost to the end. Alright, wait for him to shoot a bat just so you're safe. And I'm gonna go on ahead and actually pull out the bow. Because if you're fast enough, you can hit him with 2 silver arrows. But I'm not that quick, it looks like. I'm just gonna wait for the attack, yeah. And he's not gonna do it yet. I think he's on his final hit, though. No. Hit him in time? Yep, there we go. Game completed. Oh, that was fun. I had a lot of fun playing through this. Pretty quick, too. I mean, I think that all the footage I have is under 3 hours, so... Oh man, we can finally touch the Triforce. This is one of the 3 Zelda games, I think, where you touch the entire Triforce. I'm pretty sure it's just this game, A Link Between Worlds, and Skyward Sword. If I'm remembering that correctly. Maybe you don't directly touch it in Skyward Sword, but you do see it fully assembled at the very least at the end of the game, after you've beaten Demise. Yeah, let's make that Dark World vanish. Let's get rid of all of Ganon's desires and bring everyone that died in this mess back. And so, yeah, you know, you bring back your uncle, the king who was dead at the start, pretty much everyone. Is the, there it is, okay. Yeah, so this is the first time I fully played through this PC version of the game. I'll be honest, the black bars on the screen edges were kind of off-putting to me, and I was like, yeah, I don't know, maybe it's not, maybe this isn't the way I really want to play the game, but honestly, now that I've played it all the way through, yeah, I like this version best. The couple of small mods that you can just enable at will, such as the item swapping or the Pegasus boots and the bigger wallet that I had, I really like that kind of stuff. It just makes the game flow ever so slightly better for me. Even though the game's already pretty quick. It's not like this is a super long game or anything, but yeah, this is kind of a new style of thing for me with the whole game in one video. Although I've been wanting to try this for quite a while now. Just putting up one long video instead of slowly releasing stuff, even if it means like I only upload a video when I just finally finish the entire thing, and you know, it means I'm gonna have to sit down and edit through all 3 hours of this, but I mean, my Let's Play of the game would have been about the same amount of length even if I did it episodically, and you know, this way I can upload it, and you know, if you're watching when it's coming out, you can just watch it at your own pace, with timestamps and whatnot. And I've just liked the idea of doing it all in one video, because like I like long plays, but no one ever does like a long play Let's Play, if that makes sense. There's always no commentary, and I just kind of like, I'd like to see, you know, just a long video where they go through the whole game. Granted, I don't think it's gonna work that well with every game. Especially a lot of Zelda games that are gonna be quite long, like anything over like 15 hours, and I'd be like, oh boy, that's a lot in one video. And then the timestamps would probably still be quite long even then. But I thought A Link to the Past would be a good game to do this with, and since I decided to try doing this with the PC port anyway, even though I was putting out a Let's Play, I just wanted to try this and see how it goes. So, yeah, if you guys like this, I'm totally down to do more of these. If not, then the normal format that I've been doing, I'm also perfectly content with, honestly. I just felt like trying something a little different for once, so we'll see how this goes. But I think that this video at least went fairly well with the making of it so far. We'll see how the editing goes, but it's not like it's gonna be that bad. That felt like a jarring cut there, but okay. Yeah, it's always fun to play through A Link to the Past. I really enjoy this game. It's a lot of fun. Almost no matter how many times I play through it, to just power through the whole game. And yeah, it's just been a fun video to make, a fun journey. I'm recording this in the span of 2 days. and in 3 different sittings. I'm on spring break right now, and I'm hoping to sit down tonight because it's like 11:30 and I'm about to go to a baseball game. As of me recording this, I'm hoping to come home tonight and then sit down and edit it and hopefully put it up within like 2 days. So I'm trying to make this one pretty quick, even though I should probably be doing an assignment or something tomorrow, since I still have like 2 more assignments to do over spring break. But I just really wanted to do this and see how it goes, so that's what I'm sitting here doing. I thought about doing this with some other stuff, but I felt like, even though I already started putting out A Link to the Past, I just felt like this game was the perfect way to do it, since it's just a good length. It's not too long, but it also wouldn't be like a 35-40 minute game. So yeah, that's why I just decided I'm gonna do A Link to the Past this way instead. Probably decided a little late on that, but whatever. It's cool. Man, these credits are long. I guess I'll just let them play from here, because honestly, I don't have much more to comment on. Oh yeah, the quest history. So I guess I'm gonna have 1 games played, which kind of annoys me because of Turtle Rock, but oh well. Unforeseen things will happen. Why do I have to play at the Dark Palace? I don't remember exiting at the Dark Palace. Or at least like saving and quitting to the title. Maybe I did though. Huh. Oh well. But yeah, I guess that's about the end of this video. If you watched all the way to the end of this, thank you. I appreciate it. This was fun. If you liked this longer, just full game 1 video kind of thing, let me know, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.